Area 51 is synonymous with UFOs. The base is at the center of a number of mysteries, with various individuals coming forward over the years who've claimed to have worked there, and they've backed up some of these stories. It's these sorts of claims that have put the base on the map, and it's arguably one of the most famous known military installations. Although the base has been a talking point for years, featured in movies and visited by countless people, its secrets are still well hidden. Interestingly, although Area 51 is known for UFOs, aliens and reverse engineering of alleged alien crafts, not many UFOs or strange events are reported from this location. It's no secret that there's a lot of strange goings on at Area 51, with the base being heavily guarded, and people not being able to get close to it without being monitored. It's these examples that have led some to believe that there's strange things going on at the base, and that the general public will never be able to get close to the base for these reasons. However, one thing that people have turned to is things like Google Maps. Scott C. Waring is a UFO researcher that has discovered many interesting anomalies over the years, and one of the most recent ones comes from the base itself. He claims that when he was using Google Earth he saw something interesting at the base, and that it may be the latest tech that engineers are working on. He suggests that Area 51 workers may be building a giant robot, and claims that these Google Earth images backs up those claims. He said the following about the discovery. When I was searching Google Earth today, I came across something that is really strange. I found a 60-meter dark figure in Area 51, and there seems to be another to the right of it, but shorter. When I checked through the past photos of this location, I noticed that the figure actually moves onto its side, then changes its poses in each photo. It actually moves. Perhaps some United States Air Force soldier is playing around, or perhaps Area 51 is experimenting with 60-meter tall robots that could one day be used in combat missions. This discovery was posted to a few UFO groups where they suggested that it does look like a robot. Others though said that this is pareidolia, and what we're seeing is likely a hangar of some kind. One of the issues is where Area 51 is shrouded in mystery. When these types of discoveries are made, they usually get posted around to UFO groups. It's just the latest discovery to come from the mysterious base, with people suggesting that there's much stranger stuff going on inside the base itself. The reason people say this is because of the sheer amount of security surrounding the base. It sits inside a dry lake bed inside the Nevada desert, and the closest you can legally get to it is 26 miles away on Tikaboo Peak. Tikaboo Peak is the place where UFO enthusiasts go to get a closer look at the famous Area 51. It sits high above the base and gives those who make it a great look at the base. It's noted as being a difficult trek. Those who want to climb it will have to trek over 1.2 miles, and although this doesn't sound like a lot, it's not the easiest trail. It's very steep and those must climb over 1,000 feet in elevation before they reach Tikaboo Peak. Although the views at the top are breathtaking, and those that have climbed it have said it's well worth it, others have said they are disappointed with how small Area 51 looks from the summit. After all, it is 26 miles away. Others have said though that something strange might happen when you reach the top. Two men who made the trek said that once they reached the top, they could see a blacked out helicopter quickly approaching them. One of them noted that it was flying extremely low, and that when it got close it didn't pull away or gain height. It flew right over the top of them, leaving only a few meters. The men said the ordeal was quite frightening, and suspected that the helicopter had come from Area 51. When asked why they thought it flew over so closely, they had this to say: "Something tells me this might have been a warning of sorts. After all, we did climb up there to see the views of Area 51. Others have told me that they can track what you're saying from this distance, and maybe there's a chance they sent the helicopter out to intimidate us. I have to say that it worked. It was quite frightening seeing this massive helicopter coming towards us at that speed, and the fact that it didn't pull up is something that I won't forget. It's an incredible view when you make it to the top, but there is a possibility that a massive helicopter could charge you. This type of behaviour isn't uncommon either. Although Area 51 is a secret base, it's actually quite well known. This is because of the various things that have come out about the base over the years. Although these make for fascinating stories, there is no solid evidence for them being true. One of the first things you'll notice when you're travelling close to the base is that it's marked with orange poles. These are mainly here to tell you that you're trespassing and photography isn't allowed. Guards can be seen around the perimeters of the base, and they immediately appear before you can even get close to the base. Over the years, they've become known as the camo dudes. This is because of their clothing. They can be observed driving around in 4x4 cars and dealing with people who stray too close to the base. One interesting thing to note is that they're supposedly told not to look at the public. If you're caught by these guards, they do have the right to take away any photographs or video footage you've taken. Sensors can be found littered across the perimeter of the base, and even the road that leads down to Area 51. The minute you start driving or walking on these sensors, the guards are alerted. This is why they're always there before you are. Area 51 has been a top secret base for years, and for a very long time it was shrouded in mystery. It's only been in recent years that we've found little information about it. Satellite imaging of the base itself is believed to be edited or tampered with, and considering it's quite nearly impossible to get reliable footage of areas even surrounding the military base, the contents inside its safely protected border is still a mystery to the general public. Man has created many technological wonders, the SR-71 being one of them. It's arguably one of the most impressive aircrafts that we've created, even more so when you consider it was created during the 1960s. The Blackbird was designed, developed and manufactured by the famous Lockheed Corporation. At the time of being made, the SR-71 was developed under a black project and was led by Kelly Johnson, who was head of Lockheed Skunk Works units located in Burbank, California. What the team created was a plane that was able to reach speeds of 3,529 km per hour, or 2,200 miles per hour. As mentioned on NASA's website, 2 SR-71 aircrafts are being used by NASA as testbeds for high speed. The aircraft in SR-71A and an SR-71B pilot trainer aircraft are based at NASA's Dryden Flight Research Center. They have been loaned to NASA by the US Air Force. Developed for the United States Air Force as reconnaissance aircraft more than 30 years ago, SR-71s are still the world's fastest and highest flying production aircraft. The aircraft can fly more than 2,200 miles per hour, Mach 3 plus or more than 3 times the speed of sound, and at altitudes of over 85,000 feet. This operating environment makes the aircraft excellent platforms to carry out research and experiments in a variety of areas: aerodynamics, propulsion structures, thermal protection materials, high speed and high temperature instrumentation, atmospheric studies and sonic boom characterization. Data from the SR-71 high-speed research program will be used to aid designers of future supersonic, hypersonic aircraft and propulsion systems, including a high-speed civil transport. The SR-71 program at Dryden is part of NASA's overall high-speed aeronautical research program, and projects involve other NASA research centers, other government agencies, universities and commercial firms." End quote. However, this incredible plane was retired by the Air Force in 1990. Something interesting to note is that no SR-71 has ever been lost or damaged. One sentence that's often accompanied with this plane is that it's too fast for enemies to take down. The main reason given for why this plane was put into retirement is because of high costs, saying that in today's money this plane would cost somewhere in the region of $250 million. As of right now, this plane is the fastest that man has ever created. Or is it? Whispers of Black Project aircrafts have been around for years now, and bearing in mind that the SR-71 was created over 60 years ago, it makes you wonder what we have now. Its replacement is said to be the Aurora, although it's important to note that the US government has denied that the aircraft exists. Eyewitnesses, however, have gone against this. Back in 1991, residents located in Southern California heard a series of unusual sonic booms, and interestingly, the United States Geological Survey even picked them up on their sensors. NASA and the Air Force came forward and said it wasn't their SR-71B, as it was not operating on the day the booms happened. Former NASA sonic boom expert Don Magaliri, who went on to study the sonic boom data at the California Institute of Technology, said that the data showed this craft was at an altitude of around 90,000 feet and was hitting Mach 5. Mach 5 means it was going 6,174 kilometers per hour, or 3,836 miles per hour. It's these types of stories that back up the claims that the Aurora project is genuine. There's said to be one more craft that's even faster than this. Another craft that's also shrouded in mystery is that of the mysterious Black Triangle, also known by some as the TR-3B Black Manta. These black triangles are associated with UFOs, and have been reported for the last few decades by people from various locations across our planet. In fact, researchers have said they're some of the most common UFOs reported. Sightings of them follow a similar theme. People report seeing giant triangular objects in the sky that are completely silent. Sometimes they're just sitting in the sky motionless, while others are seen leaving a location at extremely high speeds. Interestingly, those who have researched these objects have said they come in waves, and that for a short period of time many people will report seeing them. There have been around 4,000 reports of the triangle since the 1990s in the UK alone. There have also been waves of triangles in Belgium, France, Holland and Germany. Now there is some confusion between the Aurora aircraft and the mysterious Black Triangle. Some researchers have said the two are actually different, saying that there's various differences. For example, eyewitnesses say the Aurora aircraft gives off unusual sonic booms, can be seen leaving contrails and doesn't come close to the ground. The Black Triangles, however, don't appear to make any sound at all, are able to hover motionless and close to the ground, are said to be much faster than any aircraft ever witnessed, and don't leave behind contrails. Pilots have even come forward with their encounters with these mysterious Black Triangles, with one pilot detailing that while flying over Florida in a passenger plane, a silent large triangular-shaped craft passed above his plane. He estimated that the craft in question was easily going at speeds exceeding 2,500 miles per hour, and said that he's never seen anything like it before. One of the problems with this aircraft is that we know it exists, and those who have debated the topic aren't sure which is more impressive: the fact that our government owns a craft that's able to travel at these incredible speeds, or that it belongs to something unknown. Various questions remain though. How are these crafts able to hover motionless in the sky without making a sound? How can they go from a standstill to thousands of miles per hour within seconds? And why does no one seem to know anything about them? Another mystery surrounding these crafts is that they're able to seemingly sneak into restricted airspace. Chris Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence during the Clinton and George W. Bush administrations, said that these Black Triangles had been observed flying over bases, only for the Air Force to scramble jets to chase them off, with these Black Triangles being able to easily outmaneuver these jets. It's incredible to think it was only back in 1903 that the Wright brothers had their first flight. Fast forward 60 years and we had the incredibly quick and sophisticated SR-71. It's unbelievable that within the span of just 60 years we were able to achieve what we did. It's been 60 years since the SR-71 was created, so is it really out of the realm of possibilities that we would be able to create something much faster than the SR-71? So what do you make of these mysterious aircrafts? And what do you make of the Aurora aircraft and the mysterious black triangles? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.